Are you seeing your company's image going down? Are you hearing a hell lot of questions being raised at the manager's ability to lead the teams, to lead the company? Are you experiencing valuable resources in your company being wasted? Hi, I'm rapartimanasaveena. I'm a corporate trainer. I specialize in business communication skills workshop. The root cause for the problems I just mentioned is poor or bad feedback giving skills. After watching this video, you will be learning 4 steps which will help you to give negative feedback to others, which brings change. Let me start today's video by asking you one question. What is that one common and famous mistake that we all commit while giving negative feedback to others? Yes, we get emotional. Let me give you some instances that we all faced in our life. Go to that memory when your manager gave you left, right and center for not completing the work on time. How did you feel? Some of you felt angry, some of you felt sad, right? Imagine when you give negative feedback to your employee or colleague for not completing the project on time and wasting resources. Are you able to hear? How did you speak with them? We all get emotional when we give negative feedback to others, and the problem is we spoil relations in this process. When you give negative feedback to others and you get emotional, you of course spoil relations. You're working in this company for a few years. You're working with same team members, same managers, same employers, and every time you give negative feedback to them, you get emotional. Are you able to feel what impact it has on you? Are you able to see what impact it has on them? Let me share with you the problems that you face in your company if your company has poor or bad feedback giving skilled people. You will be seeing your company's image going down. Repeated errors, unresolved problems affect stakeholders, customers, clients. You will be hearing your company as one company who has poor management. You will be hearing a hell lot of questions being raised at the manager's ability to lead the company. When managers do not have good skills to give negative feedback, they lose respect in the teams, in the company. Credibility of their manager's skill will be at stake. You will be experiencing valuable resources in your company being wasted. Time, focus, energy, efforts are always put into fixing repeated problems which could have been resolved in the first place when given an effective feedback. Inefficiencies increases because you're not investing time, energy and efforts on upgrading the processes. Here are the 4 steps which will help you to give negative feedback to others, which brings change. Giving negative feedback to others has 4 steps which are divided into 2 parts. Part A has 2 steps, Part B has 2 steps. Now let us talk about Part A, which has 2 steps. Step number 1. Always write the facts in objective terms. Let's say you're writing an objective examination and one of the question asks you, how many states are there in India? And the correct answer is 28. For those of you who are thinking 29, recently Jammu and Kashmir is converted into Union Territory, so there are total 28 states in India. If you have marked any other option other than 28, you would have scored 0. No matter how much you argued, no matter how many times you told your perspective, you wouldn't have got single mark for this question, right? In the same way, when you state facts, when you're giving negative feedback to others, you won't get emotional and you won't be getting into arguments. And step number 2 is write down your fears, your worries, your intentions. We always give negative feedback to others because we are afraid of something. We worry. We want them to change. right? Here are the 2 steps in part B. Step number 1. Always ask for right time and right place. We all have done this, right? We gave negative feedback to that employee going into their cubicle, shouting in front of others. Sometimes early in the morning, sometimes writing a mail tagging 100 others. Did we even think for a second their point of view, their frame of mind? From now we will, right? Step number 2. Make sure you are clear what you are expecting from them, what you want from them. So the 4 steps in sequence are: step number 1, ask for right time and right place. This is step 1 in part B. Step number 2, express your fears, your worries, your intentions. This is step 2 in part A. You just wrote it down before giving the feedback. Always remember, before giving the feedback, never give it spontaneously. You have done it before. No luck, right? Step number 3. State the facts. This is step 1 in part A. Step number 4. Express what you are expecting from them. This is step 2 in part B. Let me give you an example which will clear your doubts. Let's say I want to give feedback to my colleague Navya, who has come late in this month, and I want her to change. I'm giving her feedback on this. Imagine I have already followed step number 1, where I already asked her right time and right place. Now I go to step number 2, which is I express my fears, my worries and my intentions first. This is step 2 in part A. Remember, I wrote it down before giving her this feedback. And I start, hey Navya, I'm a little worried and I'm a little scared that you might take this otherwise. I really want you not to take this in any other way. I want you to focus on my intentions. You might also think this is little silly, but I want you to focus on my intention and I want this to communicate to you. We both are working on this project and I want this project to complete before the deadline. This client is very important to our company. Now I go to step number 3. I state the facts. You have come late 5 times this month and you missed 5 client meetings. Now I go to step 4, where I state her what I'm expressing from her or what I'm expecting from her. And I say, I want both of us to attend client meetings together. You know, I want to complete this project before the deadline without any hiccups. That's it. Stop it here. Do not explain anything further. For some of you who are thinking, what if they argue back? Which means you did not follow the steps properly, especially the first step, where you didn't ask her for right time and right place. They might be in bad frame of mind because of which they argued with you. And for some of you who are feeling that what if they say that you're manipulating me, you're doing it on purpose, which means maybe you're doing it on purpose. When you're giving feedback to others, be honest, be vulnerable, make them comfortable, make yourself comfortable. Stick to objective terms, stick to facts, do not explain them further. But when you're giving positive feedback to others, you have to be all subjective. I have made a detailed video on giving positive feedback to others which has high impact on them. Watch that video after watching this video. The link for that video is in the description. While I'm giving negative feedback to Navya, I'll make sure that I build rapport with her. I build comfort with her. How do I do that? I match her body language. I also made a detailed video on comfort building and rapport building. Watch that video after watching this video. The link for that video is also in the description. When you implement these 4 steps in your company, you will see that you are able to bring that change in your employee, in your colleague with your effective feedback giving skills. You will feel the change. You will hear people saying that you made them comfortable when you're giving negative feedback to them. Do let me know your results in the comment section below. I would love to read them. If you want to know more of the solutions for the problems that you face in your corporate life on regular basis, like this video, share this video with your team members, with your manager, subscribe to my YouTube channel, which will help you to notify whenever I post a video in my YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next video. Up until then, bye bye. Take care of yourselves.